I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. The scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in, y'all. Listen, I don't know if y'all know this, but this is the only channel where we have one of the baddest choirs in all the land of Eminem introducing us every time we come into Detroit virtually, okay? I just want y'all to know where y'all at, okay? All right. Also, too, the highest anthem on YouTube and social media. Let's get that straight. Okay, that's our anthem. Over here, that's also GG's and Salah's and Q's anthem as well. Welcome in, everybody. We are in here to talk about some Ray to Love Detroit. Season 11, episode 9. What up, though? How y'all feeling? Q and GG, what's good with it?
Fine bound.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Happy New Year. We in 2026, y'all.
Woo, child.
Hey.
It's gotten off to a crazy ass start. I was over at Chef Don's place earlier. Shout out to Chef Don. Also too, speaking of men in our community here, love, prayers, and support for giving you the real tea. He went to dialysis today. My aunt went through dialysis. That's not easy. So much light, love, and prayers to giving you the real tea as well. But
Yeah, definitely much prayers.
I bring up Chef Donna because, child, apparently Uncle Donnie, Brighter Day, with Kurt Franklin, he's got an SA lawsuit. Uncle Donnie McClurkin, child.
No, you ain't going now. Not we fall down.
Yes.
Not Donnie.
And not to mention too, I've been covering Milagro Grams, Megan Thee Stallion, Tyler Perry got another lawsuit, and Stephon Diggs. We just got started with the year, damn it.
Hey brother, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh no, believe me. I it's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, but Q.
Yeah, now I seen the Stephon Diggs one, which I think is what the new girl who's pregnant by him wants to do a paternity test.
Happy New Year, Jaguar Actual. Good to see you, good sir.
Hey, Jaguar.
Thank you. I appreciate you looking out for me. Here's the blessing of being who I am. When you can stand 10 toes down on who you are, because you've always moved, whether you have said actually, allegedly or not, you move in integrity. You're always on your shit, where you got friends who look out for you regardless, even though they know that's who you are. Not everybody got friends like that. Okay. All right. Let's make it do what it do. Higher is waiting, low is available, because either way, we got to go on tour. Ready to love, y'all. We are all in here. Yes, indeed. Let me take down Jaguar Actual's comment. Myself, GG9, and Q. We all up in here. And child, the vacation has started. Now, of course, this is going to be like, a 2-part episode, because when Nephew Tommy says somebody leaving tomorrow, I'm like, y'all just got started. What the fuck is this? Or was that just me?
Hold on. But is it going to be 2-part? Because I was thinking it was going to be 3, since they're going to be there 3 days.
Oh, true.
So I was like, okay, that was just my thought is, are they going to do this in a 3-parter because they're going to be there for 3 days? Because I thought that previously, I mean, maybe they was there 3 days previously too, but I thought it was only like, a 2-day, like Friday, Saturday, somebody gets eliminated, I think like that first night, then the next day they leave.
Right.
I don't know if that's how it's going to be the same, but
that's how it's looking,
that's a good question. Is it going to be 2 or 3?
Yeah, because
what would y'all prefer?
For this cast, I prefer 3 because they were really giving it. You know what I mean? When Nephew Tommy said that somebody's leaving tomorrow, I'm just like, wait a minute, y'all just got started. Now, like you said, Gigi, if they do Friday elimination, Saturday, Sunday, I will be cool with that. But usually, I think the vacation's about 2 parts. Usually, at least I would like to think so.
Yeah, it's normally 2 parts. That's what I'm saying. Like, are we gonna, when they normally go, even though it's 2 parts, are they there for 3 days, or is it just they're there for 2 days? Right. Is there a different, like, is this another kind of curveball in a way that they're there for 3 days and maybe they'll do 3 eliminations? I'm really curious, because the way the season has already started off, it's like he's throwing subtle curveballs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not major. Like, we have had like a couple major ones, but I feel like the placement, the time, like, I feel like even with this vacation, there's more people than there was last season on the vacation, because maybe not everybody has been eliminated. Not as many people has been eliminated. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would personally like to see a 3-parter. Like, I feel like with the couples there, it would be great to go ahead and do a 3-parter, especially if we're only going to be doing 10 episodes, because, well, it'd probably be 11 episodes, because we got one more elimination this next episode, and then after that it would be someone else. So I don't know. I question that. I don't know.
Yeah, because part 1 is episode 9. If we have a 3-part, that would be 10, 11. But then we got the finale, which if we do it with one sweep, which would be a 2-hour episode, which I think people will be here for, that would be episode 12. But if we did a 2-part finale, that would be episode 12, 13. And then you got 14, 15 for the reunion. So potentially up to 15 episodes this season. Nothing has been confirmed by Own Everybody. This is just the media nerd brain in here. But also, too, with the family that we are, we pretty much know how to hit it on the nose when it comes to how many episodes are going to air in a season. Q, what's your take on it, brother? Would you mind a 3-parter? Because it looks like more than 10 episodes. It looks like.
I feel like a 3-parter would be dope. I'm tired of holding my hand out and Dominique leaving me hanging like this. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I keep holding it out, man. You keep leaving me hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on. I'm gonna be the Luther from Hill, Obama's translator. In the words of Michael Jordan, nephew Tommy, Q took that personally.
Hey, I got my hand out and I can't get a high five back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he left us hanging 2 times in a row. This is the second time he left us hanging with a deliberation. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing, should Devon really have gotten eliminated? I don't feel like Devon really shouldn't have got eliminated first off. I would have kicked Cardi to the curb personally. Let's start there. Cardi kind of really showed us who he was at the vacation. You know what I'm saying? And I really felt like a lot of times he's putting the blame on the women for not getting to know him instead of taking accountability and did a better job of putting himself out there. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like
and Vince did mention that, like for Vince to be the voice of reason, we won't get into the episode. Yeah, we're just warming up. For Vince to be the voice of reason, it goes right along to Q's point.
Out of everybody, Vince was the voice. I'm trying to tell you, man, my Vince Sharp have been coming through. You know what I'm saying? My boy Sharp has been coming through. You know. And so I think a 3-parter would be great. I'm glad that they got, you get there on Friday, kind of get settled in. Saturday, you get a whole day, Saturday, to kind of get a feel for everybody. Now that Saturday night, someone gets eliminated, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, you kind of do a little bit more chilling and get ready to leave. So usually somebody always get eliminated on Saturday. And I feel like, and what they also have been doing is been putting multiple episodes or multiple scenes, not scenes, but multiple they've been missing. They've been like with the vacation. Before the vacation was deliberation. Usually we go straight into the vacation. Deliberation has been done the previous day. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we come into the episode, they're coming straight into the vacation. You know what I'm saying? So potentially we'll have 2 deliberations in one show. Because somebody's gonna get eliminated at the beginning of the show, and then later on the show we're gonna have another deliberation. So I mean, this next episode, I believe, is going to intertwine with another episode. So potentially, I think what they're doing is kind of condensing a lot of the different scenes in pretty much short. Really, they could have in all actuality, we could have a regular season before you add in your part 1 and part 2 of the reunion. But you have so much tape. I think they could make a 13 or 14. I would like to see it season. You know what I'm saying?
Without question. I mean, they have the cast for it. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I think with OWN, they probably are sensing like, okay, y'all, we've done our assignment, but let's go for extra credit at this point. I feel like that's how OWN is moving. If I'm the network, I'm like, okay, let's give it to them. Let's not tell them that we're gonna give it to them, but let's give it to them. That's how I would feel about it. And it's not like anybody would be mad at it.
I mean, they really kind of owe us from last season. You know what I'm saying? They really they really owe us from last season, though. Come on,
definitely gotta
look out for a brother. Look out for a brother, cause y'all owe us.
Yeah, but see, looking at like okay, so looking right there at the ladies' lounge, we're down to 6 ladies and what I think 6 or 7 guys. So yeah, we probably have, if they eliminate one, which I was actually kind of thinking, what if they eliminate 2 women?
Yes.
So if they eliminate, because they eliminated 2 guys before, I don't think they've done 2 women yet.
No, they have not done 2 women yet. No.
So yeah, so if they eliminate 2 women this time, that'll leave 4 women for what, 6 guys or 5 guys now. So I mean, I think that would take us down to 1 elimination, and then move on to, you know, who's gonna say yes and who's gonna say no.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with you, Q and Braylon. Having a 14 or 15 episode season, definitely here for, especially to make up for the lack of a season last season. Definitely. Like, who's gonna, like, until, well, listen, Braylon, you already know I told you, I said this shit pissed me off. This episode, it did have me in hot water. I was hot, okay? But until it gets to a point to where it, like it was, you know, last season, where you just like, I don't even want to watch this shit. If I didn't have to review this, I would not even watch this. This is like, you know what I'm saying? We keep saying we brought the energy, and basically brought the story to life.
Yep.
You know, so if it was like that this season, I'd be like, oh no, cut it short, hurry up, let's try it again, wrap it up. But it's not like that. Like it's been consistently good. Like it's getting better and better, you know? So it's like, oh, I'm waiting to see what happens next weekend. You know, so yeah, 14, 15 episode season this season. I think the viewers and consumers would definitely applaud it, and it actually might be able to redeem the Oprah Winfrey Network from the debauchery and the
and honestly,
the butchery of last season.
Yes, and honestly, I tell you right now, if y'all do Ready to Love After the Journey docu-series following this cast, just send the sneak peek over to me, Gigi, and Q, and Solana, and we'll take it from here, okay?
And honestly, if you want to, I mean, not to cut you off, sorry, but that's a great plan. But we can even start with the people who got married at season 10. Fuck the rest of the cast. Let's just start with the married couple, because evidently they've made it last. Yeah. Let's start the journey with them, since they have been Ready to Love. They've been through the love journey together, and they've actually made it to marriage. Then let's follow up with the rest of them. Come on,
you know what? I feel that.
And you know what? We don't even need to follow nobody from season 10. Just skip season 10 as if it didn't even happen. Go to 11.
And you know what? See, this is the thing about us. We're all passionate people, so sometimes an interruption is actually an addition to somebody's thought. I like how you rolled with that, Gigi, because after the journey doesn't just have to be after the journey of that season. It can be after the journey of the Ready to Love, universe of, okay, which married couples are still married, and let's follow them. And then after the, Ready to Love After the Journey Detroit, and following the cast. So that's how we can do it. Of Ready to Love After the Journey, that cast season, and then Ready to Love After the Journey, the couples edition. There it is. See, that this is what we do here. Okay. This is what we did.
And you know what? You have actually been saying that for a while now, go ahead and making this basically a Ready to Love universe.
Yes.
You've thought of the follow-ups. You've come up with the different ones. I mean, which we've all, come up with different names for different ones, but you've definitely come up with, like, why can't OWN do what TLC is doing?
That's it. Because 90 Day Fiancé makes money. Okay.
They know how to do it. That's why they didn't call it 90 Day Fiancé, this way, that way, each way, other ways, all the ways. You just like, damn, what other way can they do it? And they like, another one. Like, shit, DJ Khaled, I didn't know you supported 90 Day Fiancé.
You could really call TLC the 90 Day Fiancé network, and nobody would be mad.
Absolutely.
Because that's basically the primary content that's on there now. Like,
man, they really got a slew of picks. You got Ready to Love, BDSM, and you got ready to have a baby, which was crazy. Which
That's what we call ready to parent.
was ready to parent. That what it was. Ready to
That's
parent.
official.
That was crazy. Ready to
We
parent
upgraded
was crazy.
polyamory edition, all of it. So, and Gigi, I love you, value, and appreciate you for what you said. We all have contributed to that, and honestly, too, like out of all the franchises on OWN, like this show has been on for 11 seasons. If I'm the president of OWN, I would first of all be calling you, Q, Solana, flying y'all out to LA and flying in nephew Tommy. Well, yeah, flying in nephew Tommy because I think he lives in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Will Packer, he's in Georgia, but you can fly him out to California, bring in Lighthearted Entertainment, and sit the fuck down at OWN headquarters, get DoorDash, get a Yeti cooler with coolers and beers and whatever the fuck we need, and just have a whiteboard to get this shit done if I was the OWN president. Because y'all been on for 11 seasons. This should have already been done by now. But, child, just, oh, God. Networks need a creative director, okay? I'm just going to say it. Networks need a creative director. That does not mean that the creative director has more power than the CEO. But, damn it! At least there's a guy there.
I feel like they took a shot at it, you know what I mean? With the Ready to Love, Make a Move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel, but it was not the shot that they should have took. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the shot they should have took. You know what I mean? Yeah, they shouldn't have took that shot. Even what they should have did was they should have just stayed in New Orleans. You got a group of men who already applied. You know what I'm saying? That's trying to find love. You know what I'm saying? Now you take those guys, since everybody familiar with them. Now you start your Ready to Love show right there. You know what I'm saying? I really wish they would have done that. That would have been crazy. Because you know what I mean, you kind of already got some guys that you are kind of you following. You know what I'm saying? You have a crowd.
Absolutely.
But
So what you're saying, Q, is kind of like how they did the Ready to Make a Move. Do the same for the guys that was there. Keep it in New Orleans and kind of Ready to Make a Move for the guys in New Orleans.
Either that or go ahead and shoot Ready to Love there with those guys and just bring on some women in that area. That I feel like that.
Okay.
I feel like that's wasting. You're wasting a area. You know what I mean? You just wasted it. If only thing you was going to get on, if only thing you were going to give us was Ready to Love, Make a Move, when it was so much more potential in New Orleans, man, New Orleans would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I definitely feel that they could have done Ready to Love New Orleans right after that. So with all that beautiful commentary said, let's do what we do. We are at the elimination now. Positive vibes. Dominique said Bello. Ashley said Darius. Shannon said Steven. Ajante said Steven. Donna said Vince. Lauren said Vince, and the friends are rooting for him. Well, we'll find out how Vince feels about that a little bit later. Because okay. Then we get to the negatives, or the people that they're not connected with. Ajante says Carde. Ashley says Carde. Lauren says Carde. Dominique says Devon. Shan says Devon, and Donna says Devon. And then the assignment is getting ready for the getaway. I felt like this was pretty much down the middle. I feel like this is one of the strongest seasons where the ladies' lounge and the gentlemen's lounges have held their own. You know what I mean? It hasn't really been any doggedness or cattiness in these lounges. It's just been the facts are the facts. What did y'all think of this lounge?
Yeah, I think I agree with that too, because it definitely was straight down the middle. You had Cardi on one side and you had Devon on the other side, so it definitely was very straightforward. And you're right, there hasn't been any much cattiness. There hasn't been any really disagreements amongst the men or the women with each other. because we, boy, have we seen it go down in these
Woo.
lounges. Okay, and I feel, and I think I said this before. I feel like this is the most mature season at least we've covered. Okay, I don't know about the previous seasons, but from what we've covered, this has definitely been the most mature season we've covered so far. I feel like these people are definitely here with the purpose and intention to love. And even the ones who are here to put their 15 minutes in, at least they are making it seem plausible that they're actually here for the right thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In other episodes or other seasons, we've called it out, and we can see like, you're playing in our face. We can clearly see you playing in our face. Now, we've brought out some alleged receipts from, about Darius. Yeah. So, alleged.
Yes.
If anything, he's one of them, which we know because he's now even promoting his movie on Tubi.
Wait a minute, hang on. I got you. Hang on, because you
Yeah.
you know that type of show. Hang on 1 second.
Right.
That's crazy. Darius got a movie on Tubi?
Yeah, he's got a couple of them, I think, but he just finished wrapping one that he's been promoting. I just seen it not too long ago, and I was like, oh, okay.
Man, that's wow.
Yeah, he was on Tubi before he got on the show.
See, and that's why the show, I feel like this season has been very consistent. When you have people who were previously on television who already had somewhat of an audience, they came with their own flair. Like Dominique, you know what I'm saying? Dominique brings her own flair. You know what I mean? She can hold her own. You know what I mean? She adapted really well to the show once she understood, hey, I was at the bottom. Like, okay, now let me put my best foot forward to stay as long as I can and hopefully find love. You know what I mean?
Q, I have
To
to
me-
give you your credit because when Dominique first came up,
Mhm.
you had your say for what it was, but also too, we've never had a reality star be on Braylon. This.
Yeah.
And you dug your heels in, but also too, you still gave commentary to Dominique in a fashion of like, you know what? Okay, there's something beyond just her just existing in the world of social media and reality TV. Like you gave her the chance to have the love, grace, and space to bloom. And I would venture to say that Dominique is probably more known than Darius in terms of media. No disrespect, Darius.
Yeah,
but
that part.
just a bug, she was on the basketball watch.
Levy, she really brought value to the show. I can't, and I thank you. I appreciate you for that commentary as well. But one thing, you look at Dominique, and Dominique's body is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Personalities are dope too. You know what I mean?
Listen, Dominique can be a dom on me anytime. Moving on, go ahead.
You know. So, and another thing that she did was,
I swear to God, my mouth. Go ahead.
knowing Dominique's connection with Bello, Devon, and Cardi. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, I feel like her more attraction is with Bello. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like their chemistry is there. But along the way, she knew, like, okay, I need to stay on this show.
Yep.
So let me go ahead and make a connection with Bella. Let me make a connection with Cardi and also Devon. But she knew how to talk to those guys.
Yes.
She knew how to, I don't want to say it like this, but string them along, you know what I'm saying, to stay relevant, to be a connection to them, to stay on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I would say this to help you out because I see where you're going. You know how I always say each platform requires a different energy. Your platform matching. So I think she recognized in the totality of who she is Like Devon, he's kind of the, cool nerd. Carde is a little bit of a wild card, but she didn't. She met them right where they were. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, which is beautiful as she is, she doesn't really have to do that. But for a woman to know who she is and own who she is and allow breathing room for those guys to be who they are, that you just can't pull that off in reality TV. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna tell you, Bella do the exact same thing. Bello do the exact same thing. But I feel like Bello knows who he is and what he brings to the table, and he can
Right.
get in where he fit in. And you see in every connection, Bello got a lot of connections too. You know what I'm saying? But it really became refined at the vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they pretty much one and the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much one and the same.
Yeah. No, fully agreed with that. Fully agreed with that for sure. So then we get to the eliminations. In the words of Tyra Banks, Devon, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. The two fucking nerds of the damn show. And now we gotta wait for Ray Love Beauty and Geek Edition for you because of your dumb ass. Now, I am fine, ladies and gentlemen. When there is a Ray Love BBW Geek Edition, just send me the application, okay? But that's neither here nor there. So you have Shannon and Devon, and then you have Carde and Ashley. Can y'all tell I'm fine emotionally with this episode? Like, I have no feelings, no thoughts, no extemporaneous commentary whatsoever. Because Lord Jesus. So anyway, we get to so I'm gonna go back and forth between the two real quick here. So with Ashley and Carde, they text, but they're not really talking about nothing. And from all the ladies that have said anything about Carde, they all say that he's very surface level. And then with Shannon and Devon, the notes are lukewarm. I need you to speak up and speak out for me, and lacking confidence. So with that being said, what did y'all think of these two elimination dates?
I feel like they picked the perfect people to eliminate the guy. Not eliminate, but I feel like to go into conversation with the guy.
Yes.
I'm glad that Shannon had a chance to talk to Devon, because I hope he really realized what he missed. You know what I mean? I hope he got the opportunity, because a lot of times you don't get that opportunity to have those closing, to have that what's the word I'm looking for? That closure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't get that opportunity for closure. But for her to have that conversation with him, kind of really showed him, you kind of dropped the ball on this. But and also with Cardi, it's a theme going on with him. You know what I mean? And that's always keep getting addressed. Every time he's on the chopping block, they're pretty much saying the exact same thing about you. And then for you to go and to we'll talk about that later. But I really feel like they picked the perfect women to give those guys to have the conversation with those guys. Devon, on the other hand, I really don't feel like he should have been eliminated. I really feel like Devon still had a lot more to the show. I do believe he's still ready to love. I just really wish that he gets what he needs instead of getting what he wants.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And I hope Devon and Shannon really had some real time after the show, because we know that's when the real tea, pours out. And I hope that after the show was over, that Shannon and Devon really had that breathing period. And I hope that they together. Because I really, like, without a shadow of a doubt, like, from that date where they connected and Gigi being the Grand Master of Harry Potter, revoking the Hogwarts card. How memorable of an experience that was right there. But with that being said, I do hope that they have had the time to be able to figure that out, because I think that Shannon is a wifey, and Devon, you got something really special with her. I mean, she the way that she clings on to you is the way Donna clings on to Vince, bro. For the cool, laid back, evolved nerd, and I say that with love, grace, and space. Like, y'all actually did something really big for the show. I think you actually have something really special. So I hope you did your work after the show. Great commentary, Q, as always, good sir. Gigi, what did you think about these two?
So I definitely agree that Ashley and Shannon were definitely great choices for the guys to go on their dates to be eliminated. I will say though, I feel like it was a good choice that Devon was eliminated. And I say this only because I started to notice throughout the season that he did start to become more reserved instead of actually putting himself further out there. I don't know if it was he became comfortable or he just felt like I don't know if it was nerves or an insecurity that maybe he had in himself, so he started to kind of like back off a bit, because I mean it can get kind of hectic when you find out that someone that you like actually has 3 other connections other than you,
right?
And just as well as he might not have known where he was at with his connections, they didn't know where they were at with him either. So it was I feel like an issue that I feel like he had to get over that. So it kind of showed in him, whatever it was, I don't know, but I just started seeing a difference where it kind of seemed like he was becoming more recluse. So I understand with the lady saying, hey, you got to show up and show out. Like, I just felt like he wasn't doing that. But on the other hand, with Cardi, I don't feel like Cardi's really given that much either. So it was really only by like a hair difference between which one really, was more fit to leave than the other. Because honestly, they both could have left and it wouldn't have made no difference. Honestly. But I just feel like Devon was just a little bit more on the side of being eliminated.
Understood.
But seeing how, going throughout the season, which we'll talk about more, I do feel that Cardi is still going to be up for elimination. I would not be surprised if he's not eliminated next time, because he's still not really giving much. He's not showing himself. He's still surface level. And after being told that once and you're still not trying to like change that or improve on it in any way, then yeah. And I agree with you too, Braylon. Like, I want to see the connections afterwards. When it comes time for the reunion, I want to see the connections, and I really do hope that Shannon and Devon were able to at least try to make a connection and work on it. If it didn't fully work out, then fine. But I hope they at least tried. Here, Mike. Q, can you mute your mic?
Yeah, I was about to say. Thank you, good sir. And great commentary as always, Gigi. And like I said, sometimes you really don't know what it could have been until it was gone. And so to give you guys the results of this, Carde is ready to love, and with Devon, he is not ready to love. And I just have to say this, and y'all let me know if I'm off. Did y'all feel that Shannon was sad when she delivered the news? Because I looked at her face and I felt like she had a little bit of Tyra Banks. I was rooting for you just a little bit, because they've been like, every time that they've been around each other, it's just been this energy. Or was that just me?
No, it always seemed like there was an energy.
Yeah, because I felt like it was her at the end of this to eliminate Devon.
Yeah, bro, you 100% right. You know, man, I seen it. It's evident. I don't know why Devon didn't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because he thought that he still had opportunity with Dominique. I don't know why he thought that.
Right.
But another thing to piggyback along with Gigi was saying, um, he really did, you know what I'm saying, kind of lose his flair. Because once he came back, he was in elimination at the beginning of the show. After he
Correct.
came back from elimination at the beginning of the show, he came back a whole nother person. Like the ladies were like, wow, who is this guy? And he just really started showing up. You know what I'm saying? His name started floating around. Oh, Devon this, Devon that. You know what I mean? But he really started to lose his flair. I don't know if he just, you know, wasn't interested at all in the process, or you know, sometimes you know how to get there, but you don't know how to stay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure if it was that, but um, he lost his flair. I don't know if he really wanted to be there anymore. To tell you the truth.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Like it just seemed like he was losing it. And you're right. Seemed like he just didn't want to be there after a certain part because he just was not his. It's almost like his representative left a little too early. You know what I'm saying? Like, should have gave it a little bit more time because who he was trying to convey himself as, like you said, Q, maybe it was that he didn't know how to continue that. He didn't know how to make it last. He could start it, but he didn't know how to keep it.
Right.
So,
Jaguar.
you know, I definitely agree.
Yeah, no, for sure. Jaguar Actual, our good friend here says, she looked more annoyed than anything. She was mean mugging this episode after none of the men had her as their number one. I think she was really disappointed that not even Devon had her as his top connection. And I think we're all saying the same thing here, and that's why I said it looked like she was hurt by this Jaguar Actual because out of all of them, even on the friend date, like I think Shannon just really wanted Devon just to confirm it. Like Shannon was like, "Listen, I will be yours. Just say I'm your number one." And do you not know how hard it is? And they always say this: the chance to get her back is the hardest chance to get than the chance to even claim her and get her in the first place. Am I not right, Q? Because, like, bruh, I mean, you had it. Like, if you would just locked in, Shannon would have rolled with you till the wheels fall off. Like,
You know what? And I feel like that part just there, the fact of that, I think that's why she was pushing so hard to try to wink with Steven. Because yeah, her friend said, you know,
Yeah,
aesthetically, you know, they look right. That's the what you want. But who she really needs is Devon. Because
Yep.
Devon can match her better than what Steven can match her.
Yep.
Because I don't see them being that, you know, a match like that.
No.
But the way she was forcing it, it made me uncomfortable. I was like, this is, you know, and I really think it's because Devon left. And you're right. If he would have shown interest and actually, you know, let it be known like, hey, she's my number one, she's my top, or at least even a number two. At least she knew that all she had to do was climb up one spot and she could be your number one. Give her some type of, you know, security or not even, you know, or just some type of understanding.
Yeah.
And you're right. I feel like if she would have gave that, Devon could have possibly been saved. Even if he would have did that with the rest of the ladies, he could have been saved. But he, for some reason, chose not to.
Because
So
if you really think about all these eliminations, and I think it goes back to your point, Gigi, of like this has been the most mature season yet. As we've covered it, none of the people that have been eliminated for anything crazy. You know what I mean? For any SA or, you know, uncomfortability, this, that, and third. They've been eliminated based on where they are. And that is a refreshing space to be in. That all these eliminations have been because of where they are. And I think that's to Gigi's point of how grown the season is. Of like, if I'm going to eliminate you, I'm eliminating you based on how I feel about you and what you've invested in.
another thing as well. Uh, and I just lost my train of thought. Another thing as well with Shannon, I totally agree with Gigi said she was just forcing it. You know what I mean? She was really just forcing it with Steven. I'm just like, it looked so unnatural. It looked really unnatural. But on the back end of that, Devon, on the other hand, the process isn't for everybody. Everybody does not really know how to date multiple people at one time. You know what I'm saying? That process is so vigorous. It's like you. I wonder if he got lost in the process as well. You know what I mean? Because the same thing as Cam. You know what I'm saying? When Cam was on the season last season, you know what I mean? He got to the end to say, you know, I got one or two connections, da da da. It's my process. No, these women want to hear, hey, do you want me now? Because during this process as well, I want you to know out of all of these guys that I'm here for you. And can you give me that same commitment? You know, I'm here for you as well. And I really wish that Devon would have understood that, you know, you might have a one or two, but you got to make sure your one or two or your number one is interested in you as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I feel like he just dropped the ball.
And that's what I was saying to you, Q, of the hardest chance is the hardest chance you'll ever have with a woman is to get her back. That's the hardest chance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the first place rather. And so with Devon, I feel like, you know, like I said before, and Gigi agreed with me, that if he would just been like, listen, I don't know what it is about you, but we are stuck like honey. Listen, I'm Winnie the Pooh, and that is my honey pot. And I mean that in every sense, literally and figuratively. Like, if he would just claimed it, Shannon would have been done.
Exactly.
Just like you had the chance to maybe not even have somebody for life, but at least you had the opportunity to explore something stronger than probably some other people on the show. But hopefully reunion time, Devon has turned things around. I'm pulling for him. And like we're saying too, just because people don't work out on the show doesn't mean that they're a bad person. You know what I mean? Because, you know, this is a space in time that when the next season comes up, we've already forgotten about. Now, you know, Janelle.
Right, and it doesn't mean that they don't work out after the show, because we didn't heard about some hookups after the show.
Yeah, yes, we have.
Yeah.
And we know that this show, you know, expands your DM radius, if you know what I mean. So, and you know, for example, with Janelle, you know, she said what she said, but also too, I think if we could interview Janelle, I think hopefully, because the person she picked seemed like a person that she really got to know for who he was. And maybe she needed to go through Ready to Love just to know that, hey, maybe I don't have to have, you know, Quentin. Maybe I can just have a regular guy who loves me for me. And so I do believe that Janelle has evolved from that, but that don't mean that she didn't do that in the past. But it's just to the point of, even though it may not work out for you here, doesn't mean it will never work out for you. Doesn't mean that you are a bad person. You know what I mean? So let's see. Devon had a Steve. You know what? I'm gonna finish the comment. Devon had a Steve Urkel problem. He could become Stefan Urkel for a few months, but couldn't hold on to it. He always referred to Steve, the dweeby, socially awkward nerd who doesn't have any swag. Good damn. Good damn. Good damn. So basically, what Jaguar Actual is saying was he couldn't wear her down.
Now he left saying, did I do that?
Listen. Oh my God. Okay. So with all that being said, y'all, let's get
let's be real. And this one thing a lot of women promise you or swear a lot of guys do is gaslighting. Now, in this process, we see both sides of the story, what I'm about to say. Dominique knows she has no intentions of being with Devon. All right. So she's gaslighting him to keep her relevant. Now, during this process, what Vaughn actually feels like he has a chance with Dominique, right? Instead of really pursuing somebody who really wants to be with him, he wants to go where his desire is instead of going where he needs to be. You know what I mean? So I hate the fact that that's a part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that she don't really want Devon. She don't want Devon. So you
Now,
sitting here gaslighting this man to stay on the show.
now, I will agree with you and disagree with you. I've never had a woman like Dominique actually just talk to me just so I can stick around. I'm sorry. I'm not wishing that either guy.
Hold on, but Braylon, in the defense, in the defenses though, you have not been on a reality dating TV show where relevancy is key in order for you to be able to stay relevant, period.
This is also true.
Now, in this instance, this is what is happening. So I can definitely agree with Q on it, and I can see where your point is too. But you just got to see, this is a show. Even honestly, she don't even mix with Cardi. She don't mix with Cardi at all. But that's also another play for her to stay relevant. She's still keeping her connection with Bello, because this is the thing. If Bello, Cardi, or any of those leave, she still has a backup and she's still relevant. And that's why she stayed relevant with 3 different guys, so she's able to stay in the game.
Right.
Because let's be real, the way her and Bello operate, we can see this a mile away. They might walk off the show together, but by the time the reunion comes, they're not gonna even be together. We already know. I can see that a mile away coming from that situation right there. You know what I mean? What that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, gaslighting, I felt like I just wish Devon could see it. You know what I mean? That's the part that blows me. I wish Devon could see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't run that game on Vince. She can't run that game on Steven. But what other guys was there? She knew who she could play with.
Oh no,
I feel like it's a game to her. You know what I'm saying? Will her and Braylon last? They'll probably walk off the show together. But will they be together by the reunion time? I doubt it.
And I do get what you're saying. Of if the investment is not respectfully mutual on both sides, if that investment is not as strong as it needs to be, then that's gaslighting. Where I was coming in at, and Gigi, I appreciate you as always, gorgeous. Where I was coming in at was Dominique can do what she wants to do. You know what I mean? So to bring somebody around your friends and to, you know, make a connection that even lasted that long, like that just don't happen just because it's happening. So I was just giving the other side of that, not negating what you said, because I do agree that if the connection is not really as strong as it needs to be, then you need to move on. But also, too, you know, you're not just going to be in my face just to be in my face. But like Gigi said, this is a different set of circumstances where, you know, perception is not reality. Oh, you're in my face because you actually won. Because
and then you gotta think about it. You gotta think about she was down at eliminations in the beginning. She's done, you know, made herself where she's relevant across the board, and she's also helping the men out as well because she's keeping them relevant. As long as when it comes to elimination, she picks one of those 3 and says something good about them, they're in there. If you get more than 1 or 2 people to say it, you know, well, now we're down to 6 people. But if you just get a couple people to agree on that one person, that's it.
Bro, I totally agree with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, the commentary that you made was spot on. But just like Gigi said, we talking about whole different situation. Just because of the show. You know what I'm saying? Now why in the world would Dominique be sitting here playing with somebody in her face like that when it's not even pertaining to staying relevant in a show? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was just in her regular personal life, nah, she probably ain't playing no game. Because it's on this show, I feel like that's just the game she playing to stay on the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No. And this is the thing that I love about our show is that, like I said, we don't rehearse what we're going to say before time, but also, too, we allow each other the breathing room to breathe. Because the thing about this show, it blends fantasy and reality very well. The fantasy of, oh, this could be
big time.
Of, oh, wait a minute, hang on, wait. So you're here because of the circumstance, but this really could only be real if we actually give a fuck. Got it about each other. Okay. So shout out to Q and Gigi, the great people that they are as always. No, go ahead, Gigi.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with Q and Jaguar that I don't think Dom and Bella would make it after the show. And I agree definitely with Jag that it most likely and it possibly could be either the fact of, I mean, her not being able, and it's not even that she can't have kids, she's had miscarriages before.
Yes.
Now, yes, that can mess with your body to where it is harder to conceive. I mean, with her age, that also makes it harder, but there's always IVF. There's always ways to be able to, for her to actually conceive. She might not be able to do it naturally, but she can still do it where it's his child, she carries the child, and, you know, she could possibly carry it. But, if that is something where, you know, she feels like she doesn't want to do and he feels like he doesn't want to adopt, then yeah, children's definitely going to be it and religion will be one, because that's normally, you know, two major things besides, you know, finances as well. But I also think with him is going to be because Bello basically said he needs about 2 years in order for him to feel like he's, you know what I'm saying, ready for marriage and basically the whole settle down thing. Or, you know what I'm saying, just that whole thing. So I think that might be an issue with them too. So I definitely agree with you and Jaguar with I don't see them lasting all that. And if they do, kudos, and I will be shocked. Okay?
Yeah, I will.
With a D and a T at the end. Shocked.
And I cannot with y'all. And I will agree. I do think that, you know, with Dominique and Bello, it has been very fantasy heavy with their energy. But they haven't really had the chance to really cut into the steak, right? Like the steak came out, it's got the garlic butter, this, that, and the third. Like it looks great, seasoned well, but they haven't really chewed on anything yet. So I do agree with y'all on that. No, she's not putting her body through that anymore. That's why she brought up adoption with Bello and Devon. IVF is not even an option for her. So there is that from Jaguar. Actual. So we have Dominique and Bello here.
Well, there's also surrogacy. They can actually take her egg and implant it into someone else with Bello's semen, and another person carries the child.
Yes.
And it's still their child.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a
very, just like what Judy and the Brat did.
Yes.
They actually, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So, yeah,
you just gotta make sure that you know it's trimester and not semester, okay? That was so hilarious when she was on the Sherry Shepherd show, and she said, "I'm in my third semester." What?
Wait a minute. When did you go to college? Didn't nobody tell us that you was in school. We did not know this.
Well, she was so genuine about it. That's why I love those two. Like seeing them and the fact that they have issues, but they carry themselves with, okay, you know what? We got resources to work this thing out. It's such a beautiful thing. And We TV, where is that other season of Brat Loves Judy? Okay? I've been waiting patiently. Also, can y'all do a singles boot camp on We TV? I might apply. But I need y'all to do a BW shit on We TV.
That would be crazy.
Listen. But with that being said, listen, you have not because you asked now. Don't judge me now.
Right. Listen, moving on. Let's move on.
Thank you, Gigi. But we got Bello right here. We got Bello, Dominique and Shannon in the back. Devon should be there, but he screwed himself out of that opportunity. We're gonna roll right along, and then we have Ashante. We got Cardi. We got Lauren and Steven there. And so everybody is getting to this cabin right here. Shout out to the location scouts for making it do what it do. And by the way, I have to say, I really do love it. I don't know who said in their confessional, right? When they said nephew Tommy really picked out a nice place. I'm like, oh my Lord, you are so.
I think it was Vince. Yeah, because.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Gigi. You're good.
No, I was saying I think it was Vince who said that because he was like, yeah, this is great. I didn't imagine this. Like, yeah.
Yes, he said nephew Tommy picked out such a good place. I'm like, Vince, you are so deep into the fancy, brother. Nephew Tommy did not go to Airbnb and said, okay, how many people?
But the appreciation in his voice and the excitement is what made it. Okay, it didn't matter who did it. Nephew Tommy is the one who told him about it. Okay, so the credit goes to Nephew Tommy. Okay,
Absolutely.
He forgot all about lighthearted entertainment. He forgot all about that.
We got about lighthearted entertainment on the Will Packer Productions. He just think nephew Tommy actually does stuff, which I mean he does have power.
Listen, I don't think even half of them really realize this is Oprah Winfrey Network. Okay, y'all are on OWN. They're like, no, this nephew Tommy show. This is no, y'all know I'm on nephew Tommy show. Like, wait a minute, this
Tommy show.
I'm on nephew Tommy show. Ready to Love. That's nephew Tommy show. Well, what network is it on? It's on his network. Y'all ain't never seen his network? He got all the Ready to Love. Just like, no, y'all are on OWN, okay? Nephew Tommy did a lot, okay? But yo, where Oprah credit?
That part.
Shoot. Right now, she needing all the credit she can get. She about to get bought out.
Child.
Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. But the way that these buyouts and mergers are happening,
child, Gigi
it's
already
a
knows.
matter of time.
Gigi already knows I cover a lot of the over here.
Yeah, because I know you didn't see WB and Netflix and this. No. Listen here, streaming services are going to take over all cable channels, networks, everything.
It definitely
I mean,
is.
Which is not surprising. It's been happening like that for umpteen years. Like now, all of the channels that you would get in regular cable packages, you get on streaming services.
Yes.
So,
and thankfully,
it's just a time.
The market that you would get from OWN TV, like if Netflix, I'm saying, just throwing it out, it was about OWN, and you can only watch OWN shows on Netflix, and their audience would be so broad. For you to get all of that, you're getting all the black women in America watching that.
No,
their husbands and significant others, with other black men who watch the show as well. I mean, you would get such a bigger man. That'd be crazy.
And I will say this to you. So to talk about this because this is a very important point. So. Today, Versa is now a fully separated company from NBC Universal. The reason why I bring that up is because Bravo could have been a part of Versa, but NBC Universal decided to keep Bravo. Now, when it comes to Warner Bros. Discovery, they are splitting both companies. Paramount tried to do a hostile takeover for $108 billion, with Larry Ellison adding a $40 billion non-revocable guarantee. The shareholders, the board, Warner Bros. Discovery board of shareholders and other powerful people rejected that deal. Now, Netflix did buy the studio side, which is the New Line Cinema, HBO Max. They did not buy any of the networks. Now, where Gigi is coming in is the linear cable channels could be up for grabs. And if Paramount would have bought the whole enchilada for Warner Bros. Discovery, and y'all remember that live where I had the two sharks, and one shark had BET in its mouth and the other one had OWN in its mouth. I said you can't have two black networks. So if that were to have happened, either OWN will have folded into BET, or guess what? Because of the time we live in, guess what? President don't want black people. We'll get rid of both of them, or both of them could be spun off because both companies have debt. There is more to come. If there's any updates on, of course, I will keep you updated because we talk about a lot. Like I always say in the morning edition, a lot happens early over here. If you pay attention, child, we cover a lot more media stories than most people on social media. And not to mention, Gigi's been here. I think Gigi was here that one time where we talked about the Century City, but Studio C expansion. We were on for what 2 hours talking about that. So if you pay attention and stay tuned over here, you will know Hollywood before Hollywood knows Hollywood, because I really do say.
And I actually think the one we were talking about with the two sharks, wasn't we on that one for like 4 hours? There was another one we was on there for like 4 or 6 hours. Like,
we talked about
it's definitely a deep dive, and we get into it. Like Braylon and I aren't just consumers and viewers. We actually produce and provide entertainment.
Absolutely.
We, you know what I'm saying? We bring entertainment. We are a part of media, not just social media, but actual media, like in the thick of things, so yeah. But yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you so much for, clarifying everything and, reiterating what I was saying. So.
Oh no, it's all good, but that was a great point that you brought, because OWN could be up for sale. And you know what the gag is, Gigi? If it does go up for sale, everybody in that former sector going to be, Braylon, did you know about it? How do you feel? Aren't you feeling away? Motherfuckers, I've been telling y'all this shit. I keep
Matter of fact, go look back at the beginning of 2025. You'll find it.
Hello. So don't come crying to me if OWN's for sale. If y'all would have paid attention, y'all would have known about the shit. But y'all so damn concerned about one TV show on a network that y'all forgetting about the people who got the power to keep the network on. But anyway, back to Ready to Love, child. We needed to do that so we can understand the show. So we're at this cabin that Vince believes nephew Tommy went on Airbnb and picked out for them personally.
he thought nephew Tommy went to put his sodas in the refrigerator. He thought he put the tissue in the bathroom.
He thought nephew Tommy put down the down payment, went down to Walmart, cabins together, got all the rooms in the cabin.
Now he act like nephew Tommy owned this Airbnb and Lifeheart Entertainment. They the one that they had to book through him. Okay, this was his stuff.
Nephew Tommy paid the gas bill,
All right. So he didn't mind stocking the refrigerator because listen, it was already paid for.
That part.
Okay. This is just one of his many properties that he takes the cast to, okay?
Properties, okay? After being on 11 seasons, you better have some money some damn where, okay? Listen. So we see Dominique here and Shannon, and Shannon's like, wait a minute, I'm not sleeping with y'all. It's like, oh. And I feel that
let's talk about these.
I don't have to do it. So they're all going in, they all go into the house, right? And so Shannon and Steven, Shannon says a slow burn. Child, you could buy a heater from Walmart and that heat will be on quicker than the non-existent slow burn that you believe is between you and Steven. Stop that shit. I say that with love, grace, and space to you, Shannon. You're not a bad person, but child, that was a little bit of a delusional energy you had. Moving on, Donna and Vince, upstairs, downstairs. Let me tell you something. If anybody's going to be doing math up in this motherfucking cabin, it's going to be me and her. Now, I'm upstairs adding, multiplying, dividing, might be subtracting some hair, might be subtracting some lingerie, but we're doing math upstairs, damn it. Anyway, with that being said, we got Dominique, Bello, and Shannon. Lauren feels away if Bello stays with Dominique. Child, y'all are all single, Lauren. Get your head out of your ass. Stop that shit. Well, if you stay with Dominique, we ain't gonna be together. Bitch, y'all not together now. And I say bitch in terms of not calling Lauren a bitch. Please calm down, everybody. Okay, this is extemporaneous commentary. Okay, I think everybody knows how much I ride for black women. Okay, how many times I went off for children, good men, and everybody in between trying to do something, this, that, and the third. So please check my resume before you ask about my existence. Okay, please, and thank you very much for your attention to this matter. The men are in power. One of the ladies will be leaving tomorrow. And Dominique never played cornhole. Well, Dominique, cornhole, is a lot like another activity where, somebody's got to shoot it in the hole, that activity. So it's like that, but, it's with bags that are filled with something and, it lands on wood, but that's neither here nor there. Steven got one corn bag into the hole, so good on him. Darius and Shannon, they're talking, and Darius has had an on and off relationship with somebody, and Darius dated an exotic dancer, so apparently he was in the Starz hit series The P Valley. He was down at the Pynk in chulalissa, Mississippi. Now we need Uncle Clifford to come by our show and tell us about what Darius was doing at the Pynk. And but here's the gag. Apparently Darius might have been a rival owner of the Pynk because he owned a club in chulalissa, Mississippi. Now, with all that being said, over to Q and Gigi for their great commentary after everything that I just said out my damn mouth. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got
it. Dominique ain't had to Debo my girl room like that now.
I was about to say that. I'm so glad. Thank you.
Man, she ain't had to Debo my girl room like that. I ain't like that about Dominique. Shannon had already got her spot together, and Dominique kicking the girl out. I ain't too much care for that part.
Listen, I'm with you when you're right. I thought the same thing, and this was the beginning of my festivity, because I was like, "Oh, you're a bully." I see. Okay, because I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. That was downright disrespectful. Shannon had her shit in there. She called that room. She seen it first. How you just gonna take your stuff and bring it in there and say, "Oh well," like what? Yeah, and honestly, Shannon, you a little too soft because that couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. That would have been the first excitement y'all would have seen. Oh, it's been quiet. Okay, well, I guess it ain't gonna be quiet no more.
You know.
Here we go. Because that was straight disrespectful. That was yeah.
Totally.
And that actually made me look at Dominique in a totally different light. Like I already have been feeling some type of way about her because I just feel like she's, I don't know, like. I'm not saying it's wrong to use your beauty, but I feel like she's using that as a crutch for herself, and it's not going to end well. Because you can have all the beauty in the world, but if your personality is stank, or if you're a bully, then that's just not attractive. You can, all that beauty in the world ain't going to mean shit if people can't stand to be around you. So yeah, I definitely didn't like any of that.
Look at her friends. Her friends bullied Devon.
Yeah, you right about that. And then that comment Lauren made, like, Lauren, girl, get over yourself. Stop it. Because speaking of friends, seeing the friends that you run with and how you did Vince, like, you talking about if Bello sleeps with or goes in the room with Dominique, it's going to make you, you're done and y'all ain't going to be together. Just like you said, Braylon, when was y'all together? Because he's always had a stronger connection with Dominique. Everybody's known that. They kissed, what, episode 3?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, they was sipping on all of that juice. All of that mimosa they was sipping on when they was asked, where'd you sleep last night? Both of them, quiet.
But let's be real. Bella got a connection with everybody except Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
And not really Lauren. No, is that Lauren? Not really Lauren either. But Bella got a few connections. Ashanti.
He don't really have a strong one, I don't think, with Donna though.
Oh no, not Donna. Donna, that's her name, not Donna. But he had one with Lauren, Dominique, and Ashanti.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do agree with But y'all, it was wrong for Dominique to do what she did. I felt like Bella could have stepped up and been like, "Hey, listen, you know, this is her room. We'll find another spot." Like, and not to mention too, I feel like Dominique doesn't have that energy to be that rude. You know what I mean? But I do think that they could went about that in a better fashion. And like what y'all are saying about Lauren, for example, yeah, I just don't like that. Like, even with me, as much as I give my last name for free on YouTube, I don't have Lauren's attitude. If one of the people get married, they don't know I exist. Like, what? If Jill's got to get married, am I going to be pissed it ain't me? Yes, of course I am. But am I going to, go on a raging lunatic rampage and fly to LA and burn down the house and this, that, and the thing? No! Stop it. No! You cannot claim somebody until they want to be claimed by you. Like, just because you like somebody doesn't mean you get them. Until a woman and me have a mutual understanding, investment, and a commitment, and she does that finger like Christina Milian did, love don't cost a thing, I'm single. Okay? Listen. Child. But anyway, back to y'all commentary on everything else that I said, child. Because I know I said a lot. But anyway.
Oh, Lauren was over there begging for connections this episode. She had Vince in the corner, begging for a connection. Boy, that thought it was crazy. I was like, what? Well, she about to strike out.
Yeah, it seemed like Lauren and Shannon both was windmilling for attention, because that was just crazy. I can't wait to get to Lauren, because her comments really, really pissed me off. But yeah, we can move forward past Dominique's bullying of Shannon, and Shannon just sitting there taking it. Girl, you got to stick up for yourself.
Yes, you do. And so, by the way, I just want to say this. I know that Sesame Street and HBO had a partnership, but I didn't know that HBO won a Sesame Street cameo in Ready to Love. I had no idea that Snuffleupagus was on this vacation. I sincerely, I mean, Snuffleupagus came through. I mean, do you hear me? With that being said, my crazy ass.
My guy got a whole ostrich fur.
Just like, you got all these cabin colors. You got the brown and the I think those are orchids, maybe. You got the grass, you got the brownstone. Everybody is pretty much coordinated. And then here's Snuffleupagus right here, just.
Hey, what's that group that the girl got a TV show now? I cannot think of her name, but she's a singer. Jennifer Hudson. What movie that was that she played, and she's playing in a group?
Oh, Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls. Yeah.
That was like a Dreamgirl outfit that he got on, boy. They be dancing with the little feathers. With the feathers and stuff around their shoulder. I said, man, what James got going on?
My guy got on the orangutan ensemble.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what bro got going on?
Oh my God.
What does he got going on? Is he trying to sell that jacket or something? I don't know what he got going on.
Your guess.
He was like, you know what? How am I gonna fuck him up? I got it. This right here.
That's exactly what it was.
I'm finna go get some Trump hair. I'm finna dye it. I'm gonna make a fur color out of it.
But you know what though? This is not the only person that got fur. I did not recognize this until just now. Look at these. Dominique said, listen, I am resting. Do you hear me? I am in my fuzzy slippers.
Yeah, usually they call hot girl
with it.
Usually they call hot girl boots. Them hot auntie boots. I'm trying to tell you, them hot auntie boots.
Now we will find out if
she got them senior citizen slip-ons.
Now listen, we will find out Dominique loves a man that can fish or not. The next episode, okay, we'll find out. If she got that hoodie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, nephew Tommy, Lord Jesus, nephew Tommy, comes out and says, "All right, one of the ladies are going to be eliminated. This, that, and the third, right? And everything in between." What did y'all think about, the cornhole thing? That Dominique never played cornhole, even though she has played a different type of cornhole game before. She just didn't recognize it was cornhole. And the fact that Shannon and Darius, their conversation getting a little testy. What did y'all think about those two things there?
I mean, it's kind of common for certain people not to play certain games. It's, hey, teach his own. You only live once, so try it.
Well, I mean, you and your husband played cornhole before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nah, they were playing backgammon. That's what they were playing.
There you go. There you go.
You know what?
Listen.
Well done, Q.
we was playing at over 30 Twister.
Why in the world is Shannon and Darius having a conversation anyway?
You know,
I don't.
That confused
I feel
me.
like that was her trying to be relevant because she was trying to push a connection. Devon was gone. She has no other connection. There's no one else there that she has actually really formed a connection with besides Steven. So that's why when the conversation with Darius happened, she wasn't really into that. So she went in it not really being into the conversation because she was already kind of judging him at the skating rink. So that was already a thing. And I don't think they really smoothed that over or talked about it. So then you're coming into it again and you're trying to have a genuine kind of conversation with her. And she's, back into what could have seemed like someone being judgmental, but it could have just really been her being inquisitive about what would make someone date a stripper. But I could, her tone definitely could be off-putting and make you feel like she's judging you. And, because she kind of gives off that bougie vibe, you of course you're gonna think she's looking at you differently, but that might not have been the case. Then again, it could have been the case. Right. But either way it went, her and Darius, they're not a match, or do I feel like they have any kind of connection? So that was definitely forced. That was just forced. I feel like everything was forced from this point with her, from Steven to Darius. It was just all her trying to stay relevant because she knows now someone's being eliminated. One of the women are being eliminated, and that's just her way of staying in.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with you. With you both, actually, with this conversation. It was really nothing there. It was just filler. I think that, this conversation over here with Donna and Steven would have been more interesting to me. I know they did catch a little bit of it. We got to them, but I mean, to be real with you, I'm sure Gigi's game with her husband was probably more energetic. Hand on ass. I meant red. Damn it. I meant red. Shit. But I promise you that game was probably more exciting than this conversation between Darius and Shannon there. And then we get to, let me see here in my notes real quick. And not to mention, too, when we get to Donna and Steven talking, Shannon said that she felt like a third wheel. And, you pretty much were a third wheel, honestly, to tell you the truth.
She made herself a third wheel. That's another part of my passivity, is because she put herself in a space that she was not invited into. She interrupted a conversation between two people who were actually having a nice, genuine conversation. She took that attention off of them and diverted it back to her. And then, as you can see, like, when you see that, like, okay, then Vince comes in. Okay, so there's more people. Now, that one-on-one time that Donna and Steven had and connecting has been taken away by two people now.
Right.
And you can see even from this picture how the conversation started off. And then if you go to the next picture, you can see how things develop because you see everybody sitting there. You see him on the couch. You see Vince sitting there by the fireplace and everybody's kind of in close proximity. But then you see how the conversations divert. Now
Yeah.
Donna's attention's with Vince. You see Shannon's legs over on top of Steven's and their conversation is one-on-one. So yeah, I mean, hey, do what you got to do in this process to find your person. But when it comes to you basically interrupting a stronger connection between two people just to force yourself into that, that is when it's like, okay, now you're just trying to be relevant.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I mean, even with Vince, when I saw it, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually not too mad at Vince because at least Donna and Vince, they have a connection, right? And Steven, he felt the way that he felt, which he had the right to, right? Because, you know, Donna and Steven were talking, but at least with Vince, he at least gets a pass, at least a little bit. Maybe not a full pass, maybe like a fifth of a pass. But with Shannon, it was just you just basically cut it.
Like, definitely, it was just a you cut in because her and Donna and Steven's talking, and he's giving her compliments. Like, look, you pulled it off. I like what you're wearing, the jacket over the shoulder, and no,
Yes.
you
How much
you
they
did
were
good
like
with
12.
yeah. That was like, oh, okay. When he's complimenting your outfit and letting you know, like, hey, you look really good in that, and you did a good job picking that. It's kind of, it does deepen feelings or emotions because now you're feeling like this person sees you, this
Yes.
person acknowledges you in a different way other than just sexually or
Yes.
in other ways. Like, hey, he's actually saying, like, hey, you have good, you know hey, you got a good fashion sense. I like it. So
And by the way, y'all, I believe the 12 was for 1,200, or was I off about that? Because I don't think she meant $12.
And then another thing about their conversation, when they brought up the family and how, if he want more kids and how would that look?
Oh yes,
I thought that conversation, between Donna and Starz, that conversation that they were having was very valuable. And I really felt like that meant a lot to Donna. And it also showed the openness that Vince had, you know what I'm saying? For love, you know what I'm saying? Being ready to love come in so many different shapes and sizes, you know what I'm saying? Vince really showed us how, he's willing to take on those different variables, for love and for his person, you know what I mean? So,
no, absolutely.
Kudos to Vince.
No, fully agreed. And also too, when Vince looked at Donna on that friend date, and he was like, "Well, I just saw you just now, my Lord Jesus." So this could be my white look. I felt like he was. I felt like Vince graduated college, and Donna was his professor. And they just saw each other out one night. It's like, oh damn, this is what you are at outside of university. Okay, all right, damn, he used to. But by the way, y'all, I do believe that when Donna said 12, I think she meant 1,200 on the shoes. I don't think she meant like $12, or at least it was 120. But I don't think she. I think that's what she meant, because I don't think she actually bought boots for $12. But anyway, that's more of a throwaway thing, but that was an episode.
I don't know, because Just Fab be having some fire ass shoes and boots, and Some of them be like $9.95, $12, and I'm telling you, them they last. They are some great ass styles, and only thing is they don't have men's shoes or boy shoes. It's all for women. So sorry. Uh, but yeah, I'm telling you, they be having some good ass deals. I am not gonna lie, I done got several pairs of shoes, and it's so crazy because if you buy a pair, or if you buy if you buy a pair, buy two pair, you get credit for another pair, so you can get a free pair. Like, yeah, it's fire as fuck. So it's possible.
It was the genuine sorry for me.
Yeah, listen, being a mom of 5, especially a single mom of 5, when I was, let me tell you, money definitely does not grow on trees. But just
They
Fab
don't
knew my
grow on
budget.
trees now.
They don't. But listen, let me tell you, Just Fab knew my budget. Okay. The only time I really, really had to go, especially with kids going through shoes so quickly, I was like, oh no, we're not gonna keep doing this. And then my oldest son, he played every fucking sport, so I had to actually go pay hundreds of dollars for track shoes, football cleats, fucking basketball shoes. Like, no, come on, dude. Hey. And then you decide you want to do lacrosse too? Thanks. I love you so much. You're great.
I remember me and my family, I was a part of ULAR Share International, and we would get a gift card for Payless shoes. And my mom, she knew her deals very well, just like she does at Famous Footwear, and she would make it do what it do. So $12, whether it was $12 shoes, $120 or $1,200, Donna made it do what it do. And like I said, I do believe that for Vince, I really do see it for Donna and Vince. I really, really do. They just seem to have a genuine attraction, and I felt like Donna had wife energy when it came to meet the ex of, you could be quiet. It does take two. Like Donna showed us why she was from Detroit in that episode. So I thought that was really sweet too. Of that conversation with Donna and Vince. Gigi, what did you think of that conversation between Donna and Vince?
I thought it was a good conversation, just like you said. It's was it you or you? Whichever one. I agree with you both, actually, on all your points. But I definitely agree that it made a difference because Donna and Vince actually have a connection. Shannon and Steven don't. So the conversation that Vince and Donna was having was something that could actually lead to more of a relationship. Because one thing's for sure, say things didn't work out between Donna and Steven, at least Donna does have that connection with Vince. And it is a strong enough connection because I don't think Vince has any other connection between Donna. Because the connection he had with Lauren, that's definitely a no. So all he has now is Donna. So yeah, that I feel like that conversation was meaningful. It was meant to happen. And maybe the interruption between Shannon was meant to happen for it to be something that deepens a connection between Donna and Vince.
Yeah. No, fully agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So we get to Bello and Lauren. And, this conversation here, y'all, I just didn't really feel anything for. Oh wait a minute, actually, hang on. Before this one, it was Carde and Ashley before this, and when I got the note from Gigi that she got me, child, she really did. Y'all look at this, and we didn't know where this scene was from, but it was for the vacation. So basically, what this was Carde said that people keep saying that I'm surface level, this, that, and third. So he got this thing called a one wheel. If you don't know what it is basically an automatic skateboard or like an electric skateboard. And apparently once you get on it, you have full motion and everything. And so Ashley did not really have it like that. And so Ashley said, "You cuffed my ass." And I'm just like, he's doing what a good man should. He's trying to make sure your ass don't fall. Okay, listen. like I said, I got my PhD from Thickology University, okay, and Cuff My Ass was a class that, I really got A+ in, and my counselor, they like, you really, you already passed this. Why you keep putting this down on the schedule? Because I feel like, in order to make sure these women are okay, I need to do my part. You just like ass, don't you? I mean, if there's a woman in a sundress, that can make a sunrise and a sunset, I can save it. That's what I'm supposed to do. Y'all go ahead. What did y'all think about this interaction?
So Cardi knew what he was doing. Come on, man. Cardi knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He knew exactly what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Come on. He was trying to be slick. You was filling up on that girl, dog. Stop it. I was trying to help her get off to the that because there was way more ways to help a lady out than to grab, what you want to grab. You could have grabbed that bag. You could have grabbed her thighs. It's a lot of ways you could have helped out. You knew what you were doing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That part exactly.
You know exactly what you're doing, but shouts out to Ashley though, man. She was a good sport about it. Yeah, she was a good
just
sport
like
about
that
it.
picture right there. Like, no, you got one hand under her arm, looks so uncomfortable, and then that one hand it just looks like, yeah, I'm gonna smell my fingers after this.
Oh, not rub the face. You know what? I'm not doing this with you. Not rub the fingers after this. I'm so
I said smell the fingers after this. You look like you don't smell his fingers. You're just waiting for her to turn around and
I'm not doing this with you. Nope.
he ain't gonna wash he ain't gonna wash, especially that hand. He ain't gonna wash that hand the whole time he there. When he get in the shower, he gonna leave that hand out.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Ashley definitely was a good sport about it. She was like, "You cut my ass," but it's okay. I'm okay with it. She was definitely a good sport for that. Okay, we give her kudos. But yeah, Cardi made it again.
Oh my God, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So, with all that being said, right?
And this was another filler scene as well.
I will agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. It definitely was a filler scene for sure. I'm trying to see where in my notes here where. Okay, it was Bello and Dominique next. Okay, just trying to make sure I'm on track here. So we got Dominique and Bello. Apparently, Bello is asleep to hear what Dominique has to say here. So we are going to try to interpret how he is caring about the conversation. So Dominique says, I don't have to be married, but I want to be. And she says she's going to be dressed for two things and two things only. And why in the world, y'all, when she said this, I'm like, oh my God, if every Black woman did not cheer, shout, and do a hip hop hooray for what she said, I'm either going to be dressed for a marriage or a funeral. I am done with my emotions being played with. And Bello said about 2 years for him to make it do what it do. I thought that 2 years was very generous. You know what I mean? I think that's more than enough time. And then, I do feel Dominique's energy. Like at this point, we're going to get dressed for a wedding, okay? And we don't want to dress for a funeral, not before time. You know what I mean? We want to get dressed up for other things as well. But there was definitely a deepening of the connection because, like I said, the steak has been presented, but they haven't really chewed or anything. I felt like this was the beginning of the chewing on the steak. So what did y'all think about this?
I think when it comes to Bella and Dominique, they fit aesthetically, and they might actually work for a moment. But do I see it being a long time forever thing? No, I can't see it. And I'm not gonna say it's because just because religion and kids. I think that'll be maybe a huge part of it. But I think there's gonna be some ego issues between them two. I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel like I think there might be a fight over power, somewhat, which can cause an issue. But I, for right now, I do feel like they do have the strongest connection out of all of them there. I will say that. I will say that I feel like they have definitely put in the time with each other to be more than just friends. And I can
Yeah.
actually see them leaving the show together. But as you know, it's already been said, you said it. I don't see them lasting and possibly past the reunion. So I definitely agree, but I will say that their conversations definitely are meaningful. They actually talk about things that are necessary, and they I think it would be great if they did work out. So I mean I'm honestly rooting for them, but I'm with them.
No, I definitely agree with you that there's something here, but I think the real work is going to bring it out of them. And then, of course, we've talked about this with religion and, children. I think that's been the big sticking point there. Then um, I did forget Lauren and Bello. I thought I was in my right mind, but I just jumped ahead a little bit. But we'll get back to Lauren and Bello here in just a minute. Q, what did you think about this conversation with Dominique and Bello?
Um, I always enjoy when they interact. You know what I'm saying? Very lighthearted. Um, like I say, I really feel like Dominique might like Bella a little more than Bella likes Dominique. But it was a cool vibe, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like they were kind of buzzing a little bit. And when they left, it seemed like they all went to one room too. You know what I'm saying? So um that I thought it's another filler. You know what I mean? Just because we already know there's a connection there and it's really not too much more left in their connection. You know what I mean? But to take the next step.
Understood, understood. I think this might have also been some filler as well with, let me see, with these two here, um, with Bello and Lauren. Lauren basically saying that, we do need to be able to talk more, and that she did feel a way about, her light being dimmed, maybe. And Bello saying, you don't have to dim your light, just be you. What did y'all think about this? I mean, for me, I didn't really see Bello and Lauren like that. I mean, they were on the boat and they made it do what it do. But even Bello said like this is a late developing connection. And that's not to say that the connections that are the earliest form are the ones that stay the longest in the show, because we have seen where a connection will develop quickly and it's stronger than what has ever been in the beginning. But this just kind of felt like filler to me too, as well. What did y'all think about this?
Let's be real. You remember Lauren and Bella did go on that date when they were riding the boat, and
Yes.
Lauren and Bella was very vulnerable to Lauren while they were riding the boat. He opened up and talked about his daughter. That was the first time we ever heard.
This is true.
So giving her that, well, he had that space to be open with her. He felt comfortable enough to tell her that. So I mean, the connection had to been, you know what I'm saying? It's just whenever it's in plain sight, it's kind of hard to hide. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you can't help but see Bella and Dominique, interactions. They're in the same room. They're connected. You know what I mean? Now you feel like the odd man out. It's a lot easier when you don't see it. If I don't see it, what I mean, I really can't hold you to it.
Exactly.
But now that I see it and I have an attachment, now I got to make a decision now to say, hey, do I still want to pursue this connection, even though um, I can visibly see his other connection, and he's not giving me that energy and that, you know. So I feel like the conversation was really needed just so Lauren can feel like she has a voice, and also to let Bello see what Lauren feels or how she feels. So I feel like he did a great job letting her express herself, but at the end she really came to her own conclusion.
Understood, understood. And I do agree with you that the space was there for, something to be understood, but it's up to each individual to go after it or to retreat from it. Gigi, what did you think about that interaction between Bello and Lauren?
So maybe I'm just seeing things differently, but I feel like, of course, we see that Bello has a strong connection with Dominique. We know that she is his top. But as far as it goes with Blake's connection, he has a late connection with the Asante too, and I feel like the connection that he has with the Asante is stronger than what he has with Lauren. And then I say that because so on the boat, it did seem like he has a stronger connection because he was able to open up to her about him having a 1-year-old child. But sometimes it is easier for us to open up to someone that we don't find a romantic connection with than it is someone that we're actually wanting to be with because we're more cautious about what we say. We're more cautious about how we move because we are into this person rather than somebody that you feel is a homie. Hey, what's going, you know what I'm saying? They can know some shit because we really don't find it going anywhere. Now, I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just saying that I feel that as far as Blake's connection, his connection with Lauren definitely is something that's strong, but I can say that his connection with Ashanti is just that strong. And I do feel like this is a filler. And yeah, Lauren, I'm glad that she was able to speak her voice and say how she felt. And so was great with listening. I will give him that. He's very understanding and he will listen, give you feedback. Um, and I think that's what she needed. And I feel like that was he gave her the answer she was looking for in that conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I could I see them together? Yes. Yes, I could. But do I think it would happen? No.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I think that could be something there, but could it be executed? No. So then we have the dinner. And child, listen,
Good night, Jack.
good night, Jag. Always love you, brother. Thank you
So
so
not
much.
big dog.
Great person and commentary, everything in between. Great insight for sure. Um, so we get to the dinner. Everybody is making it do what it do. And child, the question gets asked, what have you learned about yourself in this process? Ajante says that I'm approved because everybody else is, open with their sexuality. And Darius, I have to give it to you, brother. You came through and you said, well, maybe you just right on time to learn something. You know what I mean? So I thought that was very comforting, from Darius.
And I'm sorry, did you say that everybody's open about their sexuality, or did you say everybody's open about their connections and talking, and everybody's talking about how they are having connections and talking to other people, and she's, I guess, not come out of her show yet? Was
I
that me,
thought
or
it
did
was
you say something about?
I thought it was
Well,
about sexuality when I first
was
watched
it?
the
I
episode.
missed that then. Shoot, where was that? You
Because
might be right. I missed that.
the connections part, I think that's just kind of understood. But then again, I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, but she did talk about being prude. And usually prude relates to
Yeah,
sexuality.
she did say that she was late. Well, she was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it can. Yeah, I thought she was saying because people were talking about how they're, making connections and talking on the phone and opening up, and she hasn't gotten there yet. She feels like she's always late when it comes time to it. She's always a step behind. Yeah, that's what she said. She felt like she was always a step behind when it came to
right.
making connections.
But also
And
too,
then,
in that
and that's when Darius said, yeah, maybe you just right on time.
right. And I did appreciate that Anjante, recognized that she was approved in that fashion that you said, Gigi, of that, maybe I am a little bit reserved, but also too, like we've been saying, this is a whole different process than anybody's normal dating life, right? Lauren, she said that she prejudges way more than I thought. And everybody was very proud of her for that. And then Carde said that, it's not easy in this process, and that, people might not see your best attributes, and people don't view the way they view, but you may miss the boat. And during this time, everybody's saying, but what have you learned? And, Vince, tries to be the voice of reason, be like, hey, bro, we're trying to get to know them. And Carde said, it is what it is. I'm not being defensive. And then Ashley Child Ashley said, you cuffed my ass. I'm about to cuff, take, and disrespect your brain cells to form a brain. That's why you were in the bottom. I'm like, damn, at the table. Oh Jesus.
Because brother, they kept telling every time he's in the bottom, the women keep telling him the same thing. The same exact thing. You know what I mean? So they're giving you the answers to the test. You just
Yep.
like failing. You just like failing. You know what I mean?
Very much. And Ashley, she didn't do no warm up. She did allow the dinner to, go around some bends and some curves. She was like, nah, I'm about to put this motherfucking foot on this gas pedal at 100 miles per hour, and he better have the strength to handle where we're going. That was just whew. Dominique said that he's not shallow, but he's not being open to everyone else in the process. So I guess we can let's stop there for a minute and talk about this, because I felt Ashley's energy, and even though Ashley may not have been the most vocal from what we've seen, because we've seen more from the other women, Ashley has at least always held her own. She's never been at the bottom, right? Because I do believe there's something tangible.
She was at the bottom. She was at the bottom before.
She was. Okay, my bad. My bad. Thank you, Q, is always good, sir. And with that being said, at least Ashley has enough of a personality where her voice. And I felt like when she did that at the table, I felt like she was just done with Cardi at that point. Like any chance that could have been is done. What did y'all think about that interaction there at the table? Because that was woo.
Yeah, I feel like, like you said, here, Cardi's been at the bottom, and the women keep telling him the same thing every time he's down there. And it's only so much that, a person can take when, especially in this process, you only have so many chances for a person to say the same thing before you're going to be eliminated. And that right there is, in that instance, that's the reason why I feel like y'all said Cardi should have left instead of Devon. Because he was just in the bottom and he still has not learned. Just because the men are in power this week and one woman's going home, that does not mean you're safe next week. Because the women will be in power. And if you are back in the bottom, you're going home that time. There is no more tries, if it went to butts, you're done. And I feel like Ashley was just like, yeah. See, I'm the one who sat you down and talked to you. I told you what the ladies were thinking, and this is why. This right here is a firm and prime example of why the ladies have the issue that they have. And like I said, Vince was trying to help him out. He didn't want to hear it. But I feel like, as far as like what everybody's learned so far, it's pretty good. And Darius, actually saying, hey, the fact that I'm not open to everyone in the process, and I'm kind of sticking to my person. Good for him. I just hope he's not trying to scam Ashley out of nothing. Allegedly.
Yeah. No, fully agreed. Fully agreed. So then, after all of this, right? So we have Shannon jumping on Steven, which I mean, that was it, y'all. It was just it was what it was, child. Um, do y'all got anything on that, or do y'all just want to go on to Bello and Enchante? Because I felt like there was more to
Okay, we
this,
could just go one.
child. Because no. So with Enchante and Steven, there was, time versus intensity. And, how we think and how we agree on, but the religion part is what Enchante was concerned about. And Bello is still saying that you have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. And that, this connection is growing and that he has a new outlet. I will say this, even though Bello is a smooth cat, I appreciate that he recognizes his emotionality in how he wants to express himself. And that even though he does have a connection with Dominique, for him to say that he has a new outlet, we've never heard that about Dominique. Not to say that Dominique cannot be an outlet, but it seems like there's an energy here with not with Dominique Child, but with Enchante, that maybe, even though it's late in the game, maybe Bello needs to go after Enchante because maybe Enchante is what he needs and Dominique is what he wants. What are y'all thoughts on this? Because I definitely, when I heard the new outlet thing, I'm like, oh damn, that was something.
One thing about it is when you're selling stuff, when you're, trying to make things sound more appealing, what you want to use is keywords. You know what I'm saying? This car is beautiful. This car has this accessory. This car has. So you want people to get attached to the possibilities of how they look with the car. Or you look good with this car. So the word that he uses, outlet. You know what I'm saying? He uses outlet. Like pretty much saying in so many words, the way she's processing that, I feel like it's a possibility for us to be more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he real smooth with the words he used because if he really wanted to really have a deeper connection with her, he would have came out and said that. You know what I'm saying? He would have came out and said, you know what? I think that we have a deeper connection now. We should, really, look more into this connection. But he used outlet as to the fact that we just say outlet like, a sporting event, like basketball is my outlet. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so. I really feel like that's more so for him, not for her. You know what I mean? Like I'm just unloading to you, but I'm not receiving nothing back from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's another person to talk to. I feel like what he's saying.
Yeah, listen, I agree with both of y'all to the point to where I really don't have much more to add to it because y'all definitely touched on all the key points. So.
But one thing I totally agree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? He never said that to Dominique at all. Never said that to Dominique at all. You know what I'm saying? So possibly, you know what I mean? It could be, it's another connection brewing. But, the way I see through Bello, I'm really looking at him like, brother,
This is a connection that was formed out the fact that he knew that Dominique had other connections and she was other people's top. So he had to try to secure his position. And it might not have only just been to secure his position and find connections with other women, but just secure his position on the show just so that he could stay around Dominique longer. Like, so, I mean, there's so many layers to that, but I mean, yeah, this is a late connection. And like I said, I still feel like maybe his connection with the Shantae is a little bit stronger than what he did have with Warren.
Right.
But he's still stuck with Dominique, so that's where he's really trying to land. That's his
And you
landing pad.
and you know what? I will say this to both of your points. I do agree that I think that this was a game saving move from Gigi's point of view because Bello was triggered of the fact that other people do have connections with Dominique, and so when you feel your position is in jeopardy, you make moves to stay on the game board. And with Q, I really liked how you took that because and I think I said this quote to y'all before when a man is venting to a woman, he's complimenting her, right? And so when I heard the word outlet, I didn't really think about how Q thought about it, which is an excellent take because an outlet could be a way to, not just could be, but is a way to express yourself, right? To have a coping mechanism. But the reason why I picked up on the outlet part of it was because you want your partner to not just be your best friend and your lover, but you want them to be an outlet where, listen, I don't care if we're just in the same room, cuddling on the couch with a big blanket from Big Blanket Co. We have a weighted blanket and we just under the covers, or we're out and about. I love you being my outlet because regardless of what we do, there's a good energy here.
Yeah, and let's keep it all the way 100 too. Side chicks and side dicks are outlets too. So,
Well, there
which
it
part are
is.
you playing? That's just the thing. What part are you playing? He's telling you that you're his outlet while he's talking about Dominique as his main and top. So
Woo,
I'm just saying.
woo, what a word. What a word. What a word.
I was spicy now.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Just keeping it 100. I mean,
That was a great take because I didn't think about that. See, this is why we're the family that we are. I did not see Q's point of she Enchante being an outlet for just being able somebody to talk to but not receiving them fully. And then what Gigi said, it flips everything now because is Enchante the main outlet? Or is she a side chick outlet? That's another take that I didn't think about. That two very good takes there. Um, whew.
But another thing, right? It's a scripture in the Bible, so you need to be equally yoked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, um, the way I can see that happening, um, because you can't stand around a fire too long and don't get burned. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I feel like if that were to happen, I really feel like she would just convert naturally if she sees the effect of his belief in their life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it would be a natural progression. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be hard if y'all have kids together, right?
Mhm.
He's teaching the kids his belief. You know what I'm saying? And then, mommy, how do you feel about daddy's belief? It'll be a division. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like naturally that she'll become that. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, if that's the case. But for her, if she don't see herself being a part of that belief system, she might want to leave it alone because no matter what, it's gonna be smoke from that fire that's gonna get on you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you buy it.
Right.
So
No, I definitely feel where you're coming from. Like with me, when it comes to relationships, like I haven't been to church probably since I left Arkansas. Like we've been to church here and there, but we just haven't found a good church home. Now, does that mean that I don't believe in church? Absolutely not. I believe that find if you find a good church home, it is a it should be a resource, but not your main source. And I'm more about my relationship with God, but I'm also not Bible fucker, if that makes sense, right? So for me, as long as my partner is, spiritual, Christian, she understands like, hey, this is what it is. Like without God, I'm nothing. And in her spirituality, she has found her connection more of a personal relationship than being, there for Wednesday Bible study, all the anniversaries and stuff like that. I'm cool. But also, too, in the same token, if somebody has a different religion, I don't believe you should lose yourself just to have somebody either.
That
No, most of. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with.
So, with that being said, we get to this conversation here because, ooh, Lordy. With Lauren, she said that, my friends actually like you. Um, but, Vince just felt a way of, okay, after the question was asked, what else do we need to do here? And, Vince asked, do you feel like your friends should have been responsible? And she said no. And I'm like, now, Lauren, hang on a second now. Vince could have went off in many different ways. After that question was asked, that should have been it. Because like it's a high question. Okay, he answered it. What next? Like I just didn't get it. I really did. Like, were y'all trying to test his patience? Like, what's going on? Because that would be like, let's just, because Lauren's a realtor, right? Yeah, she's a realtor.
yeah, I think so.
Okay. So that would be like if I'm her friend and, we're talking about real estate and she says a fact, but yeah, I just keep out tapping her just to push her buttons. Do you think Lauren ain't gonna feel a way about it? You know what I mean? So I felt like that's where Vince was coming from. And so the fact that, Lauren had such a blasé attitude to it, it just kind of it kind of made me feel away.
Yeah, honestly, that drove my pissed off meter. It drove it up. Like, I feel like that is what topped it off. I was like, oh, this. I'm sorry I called her this. This. No, she didn't. Why would you say something like that? No offense. No offense, Lauren. But girl, why would you say that? And I'm gonna give you a better reference. Okay, you asked this man about his height. He said 6'2". Your friends dug in on him. Said, did the doctor say you were 6'2", or did he say 5'11"? Okay, either way, what does it matter? He said he's 6'2". Okay, if he's not 6'2", he's not 6'2". Okay, but to just keep on going on, and then Lauren be like, oh well, yeah, my friends can go on about it. It's no problem. You should have stopped. You should have stopped talking about it, but they could keep going. They can do what they want. No, that's not right. Because if he would have turned around and said, how much do you weigh? And you said, oh, 120. He said, did the doctor say 120 or did the doctor say 135?
Bingo.
Here it
It would have been
is.
a whole
Bingo.
nother problem. So don't dish out something you would not want to receive. If his friends did that, it would have been the talk of the lounge. Oh my God, his friend said this and his friend said that. They asked me how much I weigh, and I felt like that was just disrespectful to ask a woman. That's going to be the first thing. I feel like that was disrespectful to ask a woman. Well, why is it okay to ask a man certain questions? Because he's a man? That's not right. Half these women around here talking about equality. You want equality? Well, be equal on everything, baby. Not just selective. Don't be selectively equal. Be all the way equal if that's what you want. But I just found like that. I just found that being so disrespectful, and for her to double down on what her friend said and actually basically shut him down and his feelings of, listen, I genuinely wanted to know why that was even a thing, and then they kept going on and on. I felt like that was not right. You're basically just disregarding this man's feelings. So that right there pissed me off, and then you look at Lauren in a different light. Now, honestly, I'm ready for her to go. That's just honest. I don't see what other connection she really has.
She
And I
don't
feel
have
like,
this child. I'm with you.
and I'm gonna tell you something, honestly, I feel like she was a little tipsy too. And you know they say one person speaks sober mind. Maybe it was me, but it sounded like she was slurring her words just a little bit. But maybe she had some liquor courage, and that was that time. But yeah,
You know what? I think that woman has expanded from Combav coffee to Combav vodka. I think she's getting to the liquor industry now.
yeah, she's sipping on them combative cocktails. She had a combative cosmopolitan.
There it is.
Ah, ah, ah.
Hey, listen. She put some Grand Marnier in it. You understand? Some strawberry and some orange and some cognac. Damn it. That was heavy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shoot, the way she was talking and acting, she done went back to drinking MD 2020. No, that'll have you
You
thinking.
know, you know.
That'll have you thinking any and everything all at the same time. You don't even know what you just said, but you know words came out your mouth.
Yeah, but I think she set herself up for elimination. She really did. She set herself up for
Oh
elimination.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely, fully agree with that. So then we get this here, and they are having seafood for breakfast. Darius is cooking, and Carde asked, everybody, where did they sleep? And listen, Carde, I get, trying to, be a housemate and, checking in with everybody, this, that, and third. But how can I put this? As the observant recluse nerd that I am, that has an extrovert personality and game for anything, but also protect my peace. Brother, you cannot ask that question if nobody slept with you, sir. Okay? Now, if I was at the retreat, right, and I pretty much had my connection, but I'm just like, last night after game night, it was kind of crazy. Everybody was kind of feeling away. Where did everybody end up after game night? I would have at least linked it. But you asking that, by the way, did y'all see how everybody looked at Carde after that? I'm like, in their face did not say, if you don't shut the fuck up and nobody slept with your ass.
Listen, ain't no cameras in them rooms. Don't ask no questions. They'll tell you no lies, okay?
Hey, bro, that was a hell of a point of view. That was a great point of view. You said asking about everybody else. We knew who you was with. Nobody. We knew exactly who you was with. Nobody. Yeah, man. That was being messy. That really was being messy.
Really was. And GG, great point. Listen, if there's no cameras in here, don't you can ask that shit, but if there's cameras, don't ask a dumbass question that's gonna set yourself up for failure. Because and this is why I love the family we have, because we go beyond the show, right? Because we also recognize that nonverbal communication, along with communication, is everything, right? Without communication, there is no world. But I was like, even with my somewhat awkward ass, I'm just like, ain't no way in hell you actually asked that question out loud. After the faces were made to you, you should not have said nothing else, bro. Not a thing. Not a thing. I'm just like, you really are looking to exist. Like even Shannon had to look at you crazy. And she ain't got nobody. Carde.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Carde.
Shannon strikes me as like a sneaky person. Like she'd be the type that she'd act like, oh my gosh, that's okay. Keep talking. You got pictures? No, I just want to take pictures for reference. Can I see the pictures? Oh, no. Like Shannon takes me. She watches animation.
Wait, say that one more time, Gigi.
I said Shannon takes me as a sneaky freak. She's the type that's like, oh my god, let me ask you questions. Oh my god, stop talking, but tell me more. Do you have pictures, videos? Can I see them? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like she likes animation porn. Like nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying, like she takes me as, even though they're like, oh, well, what room did you sleep in? And she's like, oh my gosh, why would you ask that? Which room did you sleep in? I'm like, no, I'm just letting you see if you slept in whose room.
I definitely see what you're saying with that for sure, because, and I didn't think about that either. That Shannon also had nobody as well, but she also didn't stop Carde. Like she looked at him, but also.
All right, later on, Q.
All right, Q. Much love, brother. Love you as always, man. We will talk again soon.
Much love.
Yes, indeed, we will. So Vince, Vince had a bed and Steven had a bed, and I thought that was so damn funny of their interaction, right? Because it sounded like a stepbrother type of thing. They were sharing a room.
Listen, as long as it wasn't Diddy and Usher fighting over the frosted flakes in the morning.
That part.
Yeah, okay.
That part right there. And so this was the cute thing. Well, you'll let me know how you feel about this, Gigi. But Vince, to me, Vince said he was looking for Donna. I couldn't find you nowhere. And I'm just like, that was cute. But like, bruh, this is the vacation. You go get your bag. Like, maybe she wanted you to come get her to do some math, like I've been saying. Or not even math, you know what I mean, in terms of the sexual math, but maybe just a math of just emotionally cuddling with each other. Like, what do you think about that, Gigi? When
yeah, I thought that was a little cute, little funny, little quirky thing that we had going on. But yeah, this is the time when you have to seize all opportunities possible. Like, if you got that connection, this is the time to hold on to it and solidify whatever it is that you are trying to do with the person you feel you have the strongest connection with. Because there's no more time for second and third place.
Yep.
You need to have your first place in order right now to secure not only your spot, but theirs, so that you can make sure that you're walking out of here together. And if not, hey, after the show, we're going to go ahead and go. As a matter of fact, who was it last? I think it was Hussein last season, right? Who ended up saying, hey, my person's not here any longer, and I feel like it's best that I just bow out. Like, I'm going to go ahead and self-eliminate because my person's no longer here. Yeah. If that is the case, then go ahead and do that before it gets too late, or you make sure that your person is matched with you and you have an understanding. And there's nothing saying, and we even said this, the matches and the work really happens after the cameras shut off. When the cameras are gone, when there is no call sheet and you don't have to worry about being in there for this time and that time, when you're actually having time to get back to a normal life, the ones that are there for you after that time are the ones who have, you make those connections with. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope that Vince doesn't lose it because I'm just like when he said that, I'm like, bro, that was up to you to go get her. Like, bro, like she played it off, but I think Donna actually wants Vince, like for real, for real. So then after that, by the way, Ashley, I love this look right here. This looks like cute schoolgirl outfit. Like, I really thought that was cute. I really thought that was cute. So Steven is leading the class in a painting session. And it's interesting because Carde says, you know, is this for Devon? To Shannon, and Shannon, she smiles and says, I'm not answering that right now. And so I was just like what you just said, baby, she should bow. What did you think about this? I thought that this was cute to be able to see the cast just doing mundane stuff. You know what I mean? Just to bond. Like all these people are grown, but yet they're game for anything. As long as there's a mutual respect and understanding. But I did think that question was very interesting from Carde. Is it for Devon? What did you think about that, Gigi?
Yeah, I actually didn't catch what he had said, but I thought that's what he said, so I'm glad you clarified that. But yeah, maybe the connection with Devon is definitely something deeper than, you know, what she's thinking. And even though we see her trying to connect with Steven, I feel like that's her trying to hold on to something. And since her friend said that she feels that there's a strong connection with him, or she would prefer him basically if she had to choose. Or no, actually her friend said if she had to choose right now, she would choose none of them. So it's like, okay, well, you're trying to force this connection with Steven because Devon's not there. If Devon was there, I feel like she would be more so trying to strike the connection with Devon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I even thought that little comment was kind of cute. Like, oh, just for Devon, just the way that she lit up. So I kind of feel like Devon is her person. That's who she needs to try to, you know, get with and work things out. And if it does get to the point where she has to self-eliminate, then go ahead and do it. Follow your heart, then.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Fully agreed. So then we're with everybody here. And nephew Tommy says that it is time for somebody to go home. And I don't know why this look like makes me laugh, but it's just like, what's going on over here? I've been noticing at these last unions something going on with you. Y'all need to tell me something. Like it gives that look. I'm sorry. It's all love, nephew. It really is, man. But Gigi, take it away, child.
Yeah, he let it be known. Listen, it's time for elimination. Heard y'all had a good supper last night, but last night might have been someone's last supper. And it's time for the guys to go deliberate. And of course, we're left at a cliffhanger because we don't even know what happens with deliberation.
Exactly right.
We have no clue. We just know that Tommy comes in, he gives them that face, he takes the guys out, and that's it.
Nope, that is it. And just to show y'all a little bit of the cabin here, it really was a nice homey cabin. And by the way, I want to add this too to the to what Gigi said. We saw Lauren and Shannon both fearful. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't have anybody, I don't have a connection. Like I feel like I might have screwed up here. And so in the preview, we see the elimination. Now they did a good job with the Ed and Gigi because we do not know who is gone. They just show the door.
We only know who is there. We know Ashante and Donna's still there. And I think I saw Dominique.
Yep, Dominique and Carde. They're on make or break date. And by the way, Vince, Ashante, and Donna are playing Jenga. And you know what? Shout out to you for recognizing it because I thought that was Donna because you saw Enchante, but you couldn't tell who it was. But I'm like, that has to be Donna. But they
Yeah.
cut her face. And then Steven gives a plant to Enchante and Shannon. But child, somebody feels away.
Donna definitely feels some type of way.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if even though he made a plant for Shannon, if Shannon was eliminated, and if that's kind of like a memory plant for her. Oh.
Could be.
Because let's just say, okay, out of the 6 women, we have what? We have Ashante, Donna, Shannon, Dominique, Ashley, and Lauren.
Correct.
Out of all 6 of these ladies, I would say the bottom 2 would be Shannon and Lauren.
Yep, agreed. Fully agreed. Fully
So
agreed. Because those were the
between
people that
Shannon
had
and Lauren, right? So between Shannon and Lauren, I kind of feel like Lauren would be eliminated and Shannon would be safe just because of Lauren's, you know, debacle. But then again, I feel like it could be Shannon because she does not have any real connections there.
Right.
Devon was her safe space and he's gone. So she's holding on to Steven, and Steven, they definitely might have sent in their connection with this vacation. But is it enough to go up with the connection that he has with Donna or that he has with Ashante? Especially the connection he has with Ashante, because I feel like that was his first connection. So I feel like Ashante's first, then Donna, then it would be Shannon.
Yep. I definitely agree with that. You know, when it comes to what's happening here with Lauren and Shannon, I believe that Lauren will probably be eliminated. And that's not to say that Lauren is a bad person. But I do think that maybe she might have underestimated Vince's faculties. And with Shannon, I feel like she is such a wifey that she doesn't really have to be at the bomb, so they will keep her just because she is good people. And sometimes in this competition, this game, what have you, and Gigi, let me know if I'm wrong. Sometimes if you're doing what you're supposed to do and you may not have a connection, but you're respecting everybody, you're being a good, to use Bellows words and outlet, they will hold on to you just so you can stay in the show.
Yeah, if you create enough fanfare with your personality, or just like Sahara, I was so shocked that she was there for so long, but because she gave so much feistiness or personality, she brought a different kind of what's the word? She brought a different
energy
kind of description. Energy, yes, the energy description, whatever you want to call it, image. She brought something different to the show, so it was eye catching, and it was like it's not something that you would really see normally.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go ahead and keep her on? And she made it all the way to the end. So yeah, that's definitely possible, but we're gonna have to see on Friday. But I definitely think that it's gonna be Lauren and Shannon down in the bottom 2.
Yeah, for sure.
If I have to predict it, I'm gonna say Lauren. I'm gonna say Lauren's gonna get chopped. What do you think?
I'm with you. I think Lauren for sure. And I say that because when we're thinking about where we are in Red Love, this is episode 9. We're getting close to the end, and there is no curveballs coming in for a new person. This is the cast. And what a blessing it is to have this good of a cast where you don't have to throw in a curveball to bring in somebody new because the season's looking that desperate where it needs some energy to pick it up. With that being said, though, if I am a betting person, if I was in this thing, I would rather hold on to somebody that has a personality I can work with rather than somebody who is more about her best friends than about respecting my feelings.
Right.
That's just me, though. So,
That's true. Understandable. But that sounds like that is the end of the review.
Yes.
We are at a cliffhanger. We gotta wait until Friday to find out what's going on. So.
Oh, man, like that's the good thing and bad thing about this is that Fridays kick off the week. You know what? Kick off the weekend. And I gotta tell you, every weekend I so look forward to hanging out with our family here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've done for the last couple of Mondays, but you know what? Here's the gag, right? And I'm gonna have to, swallow my words here. Whether we do it Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, not only do we have a good show, but we're still in time for you to get to the week. We're still in time to Friday because you got Ready to Love on Monday, and by Friday, new review. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're going to get a great show regardless.
Oh, absolutely. And I only say I swallow my words because I did really recognize that, Monday was still a good day to get to Friday, right?
Yeah.
So I only said that because weekends is kind of our time to really relax and really get into it. But also, too, if it's a good episode, child, you're going to get a good show anyway. But all good in the neighborhood.
Right. But yeah, that's the end. So time to get out of here. Much love to everybody. Thank you for joining. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes,
if you're watching the replay, make sure you do the same. So catch us on Saturday. If we're not here Saturday, we will definitely be here no later than Monday. Yeah,
absolutely.
So we're definitely going to try to get us back on track, but we're doing it on Saturdays as before. So.
Oh, absolutely. No, all good in the name. And by the way, I just want to say, Nephew Tommy is looking at you like at the bottom corner. If you like look at your live right now,
right? Don't just go like, yeah, did you tell him? All right, Nephew Tommy, I'm telling him. All right, this is the Ready to Love panel. Ready to Love on 9/8 Central, only on Fridays. Okay. That's crazy. It really does look like he's looking at me like, what's that? I gotta get out of here. He said a side-eyed me to death. I gotta get out of here. Good night, everybody.
Love you, Gigi. Talk soon.
Much love later.
And now Nephew Tommy's looking at me like, boy, you a lot to deal with, right? Oh, my Lord Jesus. Yes, indeed. By the way, this is a meme. So if you send this to a friend, now you know. If I sent you this, you've done some shit. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Sincerely, this show really has made me a better man, a better individual, everything in between. I already did the daily motivator during the Real Housewives of Potomac review, so please go and watch that in order to get the daily motivator. But I will give my final thoughts here as we get ready to wrap up, or unless the 5 people who are here, shout out to the 5 people that are here, have any thoughts, questions, concerns, this, that, and the third to drop in the live chat. The vacation is usually a very pivotal episode because at that point we ain't got no time to play. It is what it is. Either we have something or we don't. And so what I will say to you, the first point of tonight's message is recognize that when you are in a pivotal experience, to give a damn about it. The first thing I will say about that is make sure that whatever you are concrete about because you want to be concrete about. I think so many times we will make a decision just to take care of it, but we really don't feel comfortable with what we've made as a decision, right? That's the first thing. The second thing I will say is that when it comes to being an experience, trying to decide what to do next, it's okay to recognize that you're nervous. That's another thing too. I feel like so many times we try our very best to always be strong, and it's okay to be like, you know what, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to move. And honestly, that just really showcases to everybody that, oh, wait a minute, maybe you don't know what to do because you're caring about the decision you're making. And finally, the third thing I will say is that while eliminations are hard of deciding what to do and what not to do, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get to a decision of peace. Okay. So with that being said, everybody, along with nephew Tommy looking at me sideways here, that's our show. Know what you do and do what you know. Actually, now it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you are always one of blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing, call yourself. It's nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. We have spent time with you. You have spent time with us. And hopefully by spending time together, rides will be great together. And always remember where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just recognizing that, hey, listen, when you have somebody, hold on to them. Make sure the replay is not just for you watch it, not just for you listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. We love you, we value, we embrace you all. Always remember, on see love you gotta give it, or see love you gotta give it, or see love you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, whatever successes you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, I know 2026 has started off crazy with being able to have all this happen, but recognize out of all the hate there is in the world, there's also love. Recognize that. So yeah, one love, much love, all love. We feel the love and we send it right back to you. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way. For you, me, all of us, as society, as people, as culture, we feel the love and we send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make.
Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.